Hi everyone, it's Karen the Lake Stamper here in Grand Blanc, Michigan. A nice day today. Yay. Well, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit it twice, you'll get notifications. Well, you know, I had a great card that I just did a few days ago, and I want to incorporate that same type of card using everyday arches and Sweet Jar. Okay, they're some of my favorite right now, really some of my favorite. Now, when I did that card, I did it with the Flora bundle, okay, and I thought it came out just as beautiful as could be, right? So let's incorporate that same idea, because I used the banner dies on that one. Let's incorporate that same idea and let's use the arches, because some of you guys might have the everyday arches and they're really going to be fun to use. So what I want you to do first is I want you to use, now when I count these, because there's so many of them, I count the largest one first, and then the second to the large second, and so on and so forth. So I'm using 2, 3, and 4 of the everyday arches. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So that gives you an idea of what you need to use. Okay. So the first thing I do is I want you to cut, and I've already shown you this on the other video. This is 10 and 3/4, excuse me, 10 and 3/4 times 3. All right. You're going to score it at 7 1/4, flip it, score it at 7 1/4. All right. You're going to fold it, nice and fold, which is simple to do. And you're going to set that aside. Okay. So we're done with that. So now we're going to do the same idea. Okay. This is going to be for a card, and I'm going to show you some other things for some craft fairs as well. Okay, so when I did this, I did the three of them right here, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, obviously 2 is the largest one, and I used Timid Tiger. So let's glue this one onto here, and this is using Berry Burst. Really pretty color, isn't it? Summery, love it. And what I want to show you is when I'm doing this, let me get this on here. I'm going to use, this is on page 31, all right? This is the Celebration Expressions Memory More card pack. I'm using these. This is item code 165307. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this, so you can use it for, you know, scrapbooking, card making, and for craft fairs. Okay, 165307. It's $10. All right. So I like this because it's got all the colors in it, which is, I think, is really pretty. So I think I'm going to pop this little guy right up, and, or maybe, do I leave him flat? Let me think. Let me look at my other one. I'm going to do it flat. Okay. So nice and easy. Again, this is using Timid Tiger. It's using Berry Burst, and then this Memory More card pack. All right. So this is the left side. This is going to be your center. This is where you're going to put your sentiment. Okay. So we can glue this little guy right away. Make sure it's on the right side. It's a quick card. It's a really quick card. These little arches are so cute. You can do so many things. I've seen some of my girlfriends make some really cute rainbows with them, and all kinds of fun things with these. Let me get this centered here. And they're just a lot of fun to make. I didn't get them right away, and then they were sold out, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna get those. You know what? I'm going to pop that one up, so I'm going to leave that. Now, this is going to be the same. This window, or, you know, arch, is going to be the same as this one, all right? This is going to be your sentiment one. And, again, it's got different sides if you wanted to use this side instead. I kind of like that, but that would have been cute, too. But I love the colors. I love the angles. So let's put this one. Look how easy this is. Very easy, especially when I have it all cut out. Okay, and this is the one I want to use right here. I'm just going to glue this little guy down. And okay, lovely. Now, take your little 10 3/4 times 3. You know, we had that sitting over there for a second. What I want you to do is move your arches, okay? Now this is for your card. Now you can see that the score lines, this will fit because I wanted to make sure that when I'm using these arches, that this score line will let it fold so you can make an A2 size and you can put it in an envelope, okay? So when I look at this and I go, oh, that's perfect. Perfect little trifold. So simple. So darn cute. Now, love it. Don't you? I do too. So now when you are doing this little bit of gluing, make sure you don't glue the top here because then that would be bad. So just put a little bit of glue on the this little 10 3/4 and do it by kind of watch where your score line is, okay? Kind of butt it up to the edge. That way you know that they'll all be even, okay? And then the same goes for this one. And you can center this again. See, I almost did that. So we're just going to put it between those score lines, okay? There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to take this guy, all right? And there's your score line. I'm going to put a little bit more there. There we go. And we're just going to make it flush, okay? And if these go over the end ones, that's okay because that's all right. You just want to make sure that they don't go on the score line. You want to be able to fold these up. So take a few seconds and just fold these. Look how pretty that is. Now, that's your base, okay? You've got 3 different tiers. You've got the arch 2, arch 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and this is 2 and 3, and 2, 3, and 4. All right, now we're going to use the everyday arches. You are simply fantastic, okay? Now, when I did that, I already put it on here. I put it on the tall one, and I wanted to make sure it kind of curves. And it does curve, but you really want to make sure that when you do that, it curves just perfectly. No pressure, okay? I'm just saying. So, Berry Burst is a really nice color to use for sentiments. I really like it. It's just got a nice color to it. You don't always have to use Memento Black, right? So let's just see if I can do this correctly. Let's go. Oh, amazing. That was a live and a one-shot deal. How about that? Okay, let this dry because it's perfect. Love it. That's going to go here, and we're going to do some little bit of dimensionals. Now, let me move these guys since you already know which ones to use. And I will put these right back where they are so I don't lose them and put them on their magnets later. I have a magnet that I usually put them on. But there we go. For now, this will do. Okay. Now, let's use the Sweet Jar. The Sweet Jar bundle is darling. It's got that cute. And don't forget, you guys, you don't know if you're, unless you're a demo, They've got a Christmas one for the sweet jar. A Christmas one. I love it. It's got little gingerbread. You gotta get the ginger jar. So you gotta get the sweet jar so you can do all the Christmas stuff. Okay, so this is perfect. Now, I'm doing the jelly beans. Now, you're probably saying, well, how did you do that? I wanted to do different colors. Okay, so a couple ways that I did that was the second generation of a strawberry slush, and then some berry burst, and then some strawberry slush again, but a darker, okay? So I thought, well, this is kind of cute, right? So I'm going to kind of show you on this one. Now, this one's just by itself, so it's no big deal. But when you're doing something like this, and here's one that I've already done, okay? What I always do is when I use my little handy dandy stamp, I've been using it a lot. Couple things I want to show you. Make sure it's on the right way because I've done it the wrong way before. The first thing I want to do is I just want to do the two colors. Okay. So what I usually like to do is Timid Tiger and Strawberry Slush. Berry Burst is a little bit too dark. Okay. I did it, but it's a little dark and you might want to use a different generation. Okay, so when I do this, this is how I do it. Everybody has their own way. Doesn't matter which one's first. I just go and say, okay, you see this one line here? I'll get it a little bit closer here, okay? You see this area right here? I'm just going to go half of the, or maybe 3/4 or a quarter is one color, okay? That one is Timid Tiger. I'm going to go on this side now, and I'm going to do the rest of that stamp in Strawberry Slush. Let's hope it comes out. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp it. Let's see if it comes out. See? Perfect. I know, right? So I just wanted to show you how to do that. And just, you have to be a little patient, you know. You just kind of want to take, I have a whole bunch of stuff on here, but you just want to take about this much for the first stamp. You can see a line, and that's where you can visually kind of stop. And then you go to the next side. I do wish they had jelly beans that were single, so then we could have added some, you know. Now, if you wanted to do a lighter color, okay, let me clean this off. Let me show you how to do that. So, what you do is you take your Strawberry Slush, or you could take Timid Tiger. But Strawberry Slush has a nice baby pink to it. So you go like this, and then you go again. And that's the color you're going to have, kind of a faint color, okay? And that's kind of a cool look as well. And then if you wanted to do Timid, you just do Timid like your first shot. And then you do Timid again. And that's the color you're going to have. So that's Timid Tiger right there. So what we could do is do Timid on this one instead of the Strawberry Slush. So I'm going to do a darker one. See how dark it is? Now, when I do the second generation on there, I do it a little bit higher so you can see that in the background there's some more jelly beans. See? Oh! Okay. Drop the mic. That's good. Perfect. Love it. That's when you're done. Don't go getting fancy now, okay? That's a good one. All right. Cleaning my stamps like a good girl here. All right. Now, what I like to do second is add some Wink. Let's get Wink Estella. I sometimes want to make sure it's not going to come out in a blob. And I want the jelly beans to have a little bit of, it looks like a sugar coating, right? And I think that looks really pretty. And I also stamped the jar in Berry Burst instead of just black. But I did the top of the jar in Memento Black. So that adds a lot. I've done one with yellow. It was okay, you know, because it does show different colors. I just would have to maybe highlight this a little bit. And once you start highlighting it with Wink of Stella, it does bring out the colors. I also did one in just the purples, you know. And again, you could use a variety. You could use Gorgeous Grape with that. You know, you just got to play around with the colors that you're trying to do. Okay, so that's a little helpful hint. There we go. Little helpful hint for the weekend. Okay, now let's put this together, right? So we have this right here. Simply, you are simply fantastic. I love that. Oh, I love that. And there's one more little stamp I want to use, and it's a little treat for you, or we could do a happy birthday too. So let me think about that. But meanwhile, let's get these on. So when I'm doing these, I like to have them, gosh, these came out good. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay. So these two are the same. So I'm going to put this little guy over here because he's got more. I'm going to put him over here. And I'm just going to, and I've got the tops for them. So I'm all set there. And let's bring those over. Okay. Another helpful hint, if you're punching this out, you're always going to punch this out. Punch it out and then just stamp it, the basic white. And it will still come out fine. So it'll come out like this. You can stamp it. It'll come out like that. Okay. Very simple. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I want to get my handy dandy dimensionals. Oh, here's my favorite. Okay. I got to use this. And we're just going to put a couple of these on here. And I think I want to put him right here. Okay. Yeah. And then this one, I do want to pop this one up because it's the You're Fantastic kind of thing. And let's just, I don't think we need that many. Just maybe 5. That'll work. Okay. And then we're going to put him. I know they're all hymns. Did you know that? Okay. They're all perfect. 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 Okay. Now let's put a little top on that one. I think the top can go like that. It looks like it's open. So when you're doing something like that, you don't really need dimensionals. You just need a little bit of glue on one side of that, okay? And you can just kind of, you know, tilt it, and it looks like somebody's been in the candy jar. And there's lots of candy in there. I know, right? And then this one I might put straight. I usually put them on an angle, but let's see. Let's see if I like that. I'm going to put this one like that. And then I think, oh, I do usually 2, don't I? Oh, yeah, I do 2. Let's do another one over here. That's right. Hold on. Hold on. One thing about these, you can move these around. Oh, this hasn't been glued yet. Perfect. So let's move this one down just, well, let's leave them there. Okay. Let's leave them there. Okay, that's kind of cute. Oh, you know what? Let's just move them down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then let's move this one here because you really want to fill it up. And I forgot about that. So now that we've got that, let's do dimensionals again. And it's all about design. If you want to just do one on that, you can. It's up to you. You know, nothing in stone. The whole idea is to be artistic. And then this one, I think I'll go this way. Now, this one here, I think we could put a little saying on this one. What do you think? We could put, I don't know if the happy birthday, but a little treat for you. a little treat for you. So that one I have used. It's right here. It's really tiny, all right? And it's just as tiny as can be, and you want to make sure it's not upside down like that one is. I know, right? Oh, okay, now this one I did in black, but you know what? We could still use this color as well. Okay. A little treat for you, okay? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. That came out great. All right, let that dry for a second. I've got this little guy right here. This one here, see? He'll go right there. Oh, they're so cute. While that one's drying for just a second, let's do this one right here. And you can put the lids on straight if you want to. It's up to you. You know. And now that this one's dry, let's put this one right here. Yeah. And see, if you're not doing the second generation on here to make it look like there's a whole bunch of, you've got enough room to add a little sentiment. So that's why it's nice to just to do those two colors. I just like having more than one color jelly bean, right? Right on. Okay. And then I wink a Stella at all of these guys, okay? And that doesn't take very long, just kind of, you know, because you want them to look pretty too. All right, so let's punch this guy out because he was kind of cute. And that gives us 5, which is exactly what I want. See, I'm going to punch it. And that one I love. Now see, this one's blank. Let me see if this one has any color on it. I don't know if, yeah, I thought I had done an extra one. So now we're going to put this one maybe straight up. What is that? How does that look? And then like that. Yeah, let's do that. This is your last one, your last little jar. So I'm just going to put this one a little bit straight up. It's got a whole bunch of them in there. See how cute that is? And then a little bit of glue on the jar top. Perfect. Now, we've got the Wink of Stella on there. We've got the sentiments. We got how cute these are. Now, what we want to do is we definitely want to add some bling. So I'm going to do the strawberry, I'm sorry, the Timid Tiger on this one here. I think I'll do a different color on the other ones because you can, right? Right. Let's do this one, strawberry slush on this one. And this little guy, look at that, he needs a top. I just saw that. Hold on, we'll get this top going, but let's get this guy. So cute. So take a few seconds and get your Memento Black out if you did what I did, which is forget, which is real simple. I thought I had a whole bunch done, but they're just the white ones. Well, that's good. Good to know. So take a few seconds and I can show you how I did this, which is so simple, especially when these are cut out and you're like, oh, geez, I don't really need it, but maybe you might, like I do. Okay, just a little bit of black on there. Perfect. So if you did punch those out, save them, use them, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue, and that's a good save, right? Doesn't take much. Easy to forget. Of course, some jars don't have tops on them, but this one does. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Let's do that right this way, okay? Love it. And then take your little guy that's got a little bit of glue on him and put him on an angle, and let's get him some jewelry. Let's get him, there we go. You can also put some dimensionals right on these little guys if you wanted to. It's really up to you. You know, you can really go crazy. But I've got so many pieces of candy, I think I'd use all my embellishments. But you can definitely do that. So this gives you a cool idea. Maybe I'll do this one straight. Let's do this one straight for a minute. Yeah. This one's darling. This one looks like it's a, you know what else we can do? Before you end it, we could do our little ribbon, just a little baby ribbon. All right, so I've got the cutest bow ever. Every once in a while, I have a cute bow using Timid Tiger. Darling, love it. And you can mess around and play around with your little bow and get it all prettied up here. But darling, right? And that is as cute as can be. Hello. I love it. Okay, now, when you fold this up, you can fold it a couple ways, okay? This way would be perfect, and then it opens up, or a little treat for you. Now, when you turn this over, you can do another arch right here in basic white, and then you can write something on here. You could also add a gift card if you wanted to slip something in here. You could do that as well. So that would be kind of cute. But isn't that just darling? I love it. So now that you've gotten this all done, there's a couple different ways that you can have some fun, all right, for craft fairs. One is you can take one of these groups and just do the two, use arches 2, 3, and 4, whatever DSP color you want. And you can put something on here with a bow and maybe a card or a gift card in the back. And then you can wrap this up as well in an A2 size, all right? And this would make just a darling little craft fair idea. Couple bucks, and then put a bow on it to really accent. It's all about presentation, okay? This one here is got 2 sides. Maybe you'd rather do the 2 sides, okay? If you did this one, you could actually turn around, put another put another level of one of the arches on here, and it'll have 2 sides with just being one piece, right? This one here is 2 of them. Again, I used that 10 3/4, and I cut it down. But look at that. Look at how cute that is. And then fold it, put a bow on it, put some more nuggets. Okay, so we've got both sides. You can do either side. I think I'm going to do the one with the bow. And again, you want the cellophane to be in the back, but it doesn't kind of matter just this time, just because they're both really pretty. But because I have the bow, I'm going to put him as front and center. And this is still going to look nice because it's right at the very end, and it's not going to impede on your backing here as well. Look how cute that is. So you can do either side. And if you don't put a ribbon in here or a bow, put one here, punch a hole, do a slip knot, or do something fun like that. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. Look how many cute things we made today. Oh my gosh. So cute. So cute. Love them. They're darling, aren't they? So get the everyday arches, and don't forget, get that sweet jar. I love that sweet jar. Anyway, have a great day, okay? Have a great afternoon.